What's going on? Ian McGregor here. I'm going to talk about the 5 things I would most want the Cleveland Cavaliers to do with their 5th overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft, which is tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with number 5, and at number 5 I have them staying in place and drafting Obi Toppin out of Dayton. Obi Toppin is a 6'9" power forward, good size, decent size for power forward. He's a good athlete. I don't think he contributes very much on the defensive end, at least not at the very beginning, and that's why he's down at 5. I would probably prefer that the Cavaliers take someone who can contribute immediately on that end of the floor, considering there's not a whole lot they're working with now on the defensive end of the floor. So Obi Toppin, number 5. At number 4, I have Cavs staying at 5 and drafting Devin Vassell out of Florida State. He's a guard/wing, good size, really great shooter, and he has some defensive potential. I like his. I just like the way he seems to make the extra pass a lot on the perimeter. I don't know if he has a ton of playmaking skill right off the bat. However, I do like his ability to shoot the 3 and shoot some mid-range jumpers as well. And I think that could do wonders for both Colin Sexton and Darius Garland to have him on the perimeter out there with them. At number 3, I have the Cavs staying at 5 and drafting Onyeka Okongwu out of USC, the big man, the big center. He's actually not that big. He's a little undersized for center. He's only, I think, 6'9", 6'10". But he sort of reminds me of Tristan Thompson, who the Cavs took at 4 overall coming out of Texas back in the 2011 NBA draft. I think he can contribute immediately on the defensive end, and he can get some boards and get some buckets on the offensive end. He has shown that he has the ability to switch onto guards on the perimeter and hold his own out there, and that is a valuable asset to have in today's NBA. You got to be able to switch if you're a big man in today's NBA. So, Onyeka Okongwu out of USC, number 3 option. Back down to number 2, I now have here the Cavaliers actually trading down, and this is a specific package here, rumored that the New York Knicks are trying to trade up to the number 5 or 6 spot with either the Cavs or the Atlanta Hawks. The Cavs have the 5th pick, and the rumored package would be the Knicks' 8th overall pick and their 23rd overall pick, which is a decent package. Atlanta got a bigger package for their number 4 overall pick last year, so Cavaliers GM Kobe Altman is apparently holding out for more. So this is my number 2 option would be trading pick number 5 and possibly another player or something for a package of the 8th overall pick, the 23rd overall pick, and maybe a player or 2 or later picks. And that will bring us to option number 1, which is staying at 5 and drafting Isaac Okoro out of Auburn. He has tremendous defensive potential and some potential as a 3-and-D player as well if he can get his 3-point stroke fully figured out. But he has shown the ability to make the extra pass. Once again, not entirely sure if he's a killer playmaker necessarily, but his athleticism and upside are there. He's a legit player. He can contribute immediately on the defensive end, and especially with the circumstances going on with Kevin Porter Jr., there's some accusations against him that he punched a woman in downtown Cleveland in August. I don't know if these accusations are true yet or what's going to come of it, but if they are true, that's a bad look for him and it's a bad look for the team, and I don't think he'll be around much longer if those accusations are proven to be true. So Isaac Okoro could serve as sort of an immediate plug-and-play guy to step in for KPJ, assuming that KPJ is gone. And even if KPJ is around at the beginning of the year, then Okoro can play either off the bench or still start, contribute on the defensive end, start knocking down some threes, and that's why he is my number 1 option.